Today I'm going to be continuing our Magento series with the Magento tutorial, and this is going to be on using Magento. So if you've noticed, I've set my theme back to the default temporarily, and you might be wondering why we're going back and forth between theming and using Magento, and really there's just enough topics for both things that I don't want people who are following one or the other to get bored here. So I'm going to be going back and forth, and as you can see, some of the things from our theming series aren't going to be translating quite right, like we have the slideshow, but we never added this JavaScript to the default theme. So some things like that will be weird, but for the most part, these templates are set up better than the ones that we were creating thus far in our theming tutorial. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing something that's really interesting, and it's going to be custom options for your products. So you might be wondering, if you have a configurable product that's cool, that like maybe you have a t-shirt with medium, small, whatever. We went over configurable products in a tutorial a long time ago. I think it was, it was tutorial number 12 in the Magento series, and configurable products allow you to set up multiple SKU numbers and have those all connected, so you'd have a drop down for small, medium, large. But what happens if, let's say, maybe it's a one-time off thing, or let's say we have this phone here that we're selling, but this particular phone has a certain option, but none of the other phones do. Is it going to be worth creating an attribute and then creating a configurable product? Well, in my opinion, no. There's a better way to do it, and I'm going to show you what that is. So we're going to go to our catalog, manage products, and we're actually going to search for this phone right here. I'm just going to copy the name of it so I can search in this, and it's going to come up here. Cool. So in here at the very bottom, we have this thing called custom options, and this is really useful. So I'm going to take 2 videos to just talk about custom options. And the first ones, we're just going to go over some of your option types. So let's add an option, and this option is going to be, let's say, color. This particular phone comes in multiple colors. So the title is going to be color, and we want this to be a drop-down. You notice there's a whole bunch of other inputs, and we're going to go ahead and go over those. So is this required? We're going to say yes, this is required. We want this to show up very first amongst our custom options, and we're going to click add a new row, and I'm going to add a few rows here, and we're going to say blue and black, well, not in all caps, black, and then we're going to have a special edition red option, and the red option is going to be, let's say, 10%. Actually, I don't need the percent sign. It's just going to be 10% more. So let's add a sort order of 0, 1, 2. And believe it or not, these have the same SKU. We're going to worry about SKU for this option. This option does not change the SKU of the phone, where in some instances it probably would, but in this one it's not. If it did, I could add a new SKUs here, and it would be no big deal. So let's click Save. And okay, so we have our phone. Let's go to our phones page, and now I'm going to refresh it, and we should see these custom options become available. And you'll notice here, we still have a sale going on, but if you'll notice, this red phone is $12 more, so it's 10% more than the other phones. If we select this, our price is going to update in here and here. If we move this here, our price is going to update back. If we leave this as please select, and we try to add this to our cart, it's going to tell us this is a required field, and it's going to get all mad. So this is really nice, specifically so you don't have to do all this attribute setup in the back end if you just have a one-off, or even maybe specific things, just if it's not going to be on every single product, then there's no reason to not use this. In another way, we could actually even come back into here, and let's add something different. Let's add something totally different. So we'll go to Custom Options, and let's add another one. So we can add as many of these custom options as we want. So this one is going to be, let's see. So we're going to actually have a checkbox here. Let's say this was something very important. You wanted to make sure that there's like a disclaimer. So we're going to say disclaimer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Spelling and typing and talking is really hard. So let's have this be sort order 1. So it's going to go below our drop down. And notice how we're going to say is required. So this isn't going to change the price. It's not going to have a SKU, and it's not going to have a sort order because we're only going to have one option. And we're just going to say, I agree. So this is maybe saying to you agree to the terms of service. Let's even just say terms disclaimer. And this way, your customers are going to have to check this box before purchasing. And notice how it doesn't do anything different to the product. But maybe you wanted to have just a verification that they read something, terms disclaimer, I agree. Yes, I agree with the terms, and I add to cart. If you didn't check I agree with the terms, and we still have our color selected, it's going to say, you have to agree to these terms. So let's click agree, add to cart, and we have our new phone in the cart. Perfect. So these are just some of the things we can do with custom options. In the next video, we're going to be going over a few more of the options you have with custom options and some of the cool stuff you can do.